Now, typically before the holidays, everything dies down. Last week really died down. This week, same story. However, there was a big change. Two fairly significant news stories happened, and one, of course, had to do with Tracer's butt, which constantly in the news. Actually, it's more just about Tracer herself. Blizzard has officially come out and said she's a lesbian, and that's great. And my response to this is, who cares? I really don't care. This is your concern. If any, there's so many things to like dissect about this, but if this is your concern about this character, that she's a lesbian, you're overlooking the fact that she can teleport. One, two, that she's murdered people because this is a shooter. Once again, I don't care if it's defending the payload or whatever. This is murder. She could teleport. She's a murderer. Least of those things is lesbian. That's like way on the list of things. Like, who cares about that? That is so irrelevant here. So irrelevant that she can like bend time or something. It can't even. Not only this shouldn't even be an issue at all. It's not a game about sex. It's a game about shooting. Once again, and the people who are upset about this, I really find funny. I kind of would like it if they could never play the game again. Like, oh, you've ruined Overwatch for me. All right. Okay, good. Now don't play, because you're a moron. You're clearly an idiot. You have no idea that this has nothing to do with anything and is completely irrelevant. I would love to have woken up, because that's how all these little stories happen. You wake up to the news story and no one cares. That no one gave a shit about this, because no one should. No one should care. It's irrelevant. This is irrelevant data in any sense of the word. Oh, this ruined your fan fiction. Good. How fucking career you had going on with that fan fiction you were writing about Tracer. Like, who cares? Also, it's fan fiction. It didn't ruin anything. It was already ruined. It's just a whole like, why? Why is everyone so caught up with Tracer? What? Am I missing something here? She's fine. She's fine. She can teleport. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. But this is news, and this is what happens. So get over it, I guess. Because you were never going to get with her anyway. She's not real. That's just kind of putting that out there. Not real. Not a real person. Not a real person. But we also got, and I think this actually might have been a week ago. So old news is old. But I have talked about the Switch quite a bit. And there has been a lot of kind of rumored specs going on now. Basically, the crux of it is that it is downclocked. The GPU is downclocked 40% or so when it's not in the dock. And that's obviously a big percentage. And it's rumored to not even be that powerful. Almost equivalent to an Xbox One. I think we all knew this. There's no way this device could have been at the rumored 250, 300 price point, have battery life, have a screen, have all this shit, and be as powerful as a PS4. There's absolutely no way. And after spending a lot of time on my PS4 Pro, playing a lot of, I played Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and Call of Duty, and Ratchet and Clank on PS4 Pro, which all have Pro enhancements. That's incredible. And then going back, like, that's a step. And then there's a step back to PS4, and then there's going to be a step back to this. But that's not even the issue, because who cares? When have you ever bought a Nintendo system for third-party stuff? Never. The answer is never. It's always been about the exclusives, even if those exclusives are like Ubisoft making Zombie U, which I enjoyed. And Nintendo has a great track record of their games. I mean, look at Mario Kart 8. Look at Breath of the Wild. Look at Smash Bros. On the Wii U. They're incredible with what they have. And that's perfect. But thinking that we're going to get any of these big AAA games shrunk down on a handheld and looking like they do is a little bit crazy. Especially considering you already have those games. You should kind of want something new and different, at least a little bit, with this new system. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't understand Tracer, so I don't understand anything. But I do know that a 40% GPU downclock when you're not in the thing is a big hit. A big significant hit. And it could mean something weird, quite possibly, for GameCube emulation. Because emulating games is very taxing. And if you have 40% of your clock removed, it's kind of a lot. And I mean, I guess you'd be running it for 480p, but Who knows? That's my favorite rumor of the Switch of all, is the GameCube games on there. Uh, yes, please. Yes, please. Don't go crazy. We're gonna know in a couple weeks, so this is the last even time I'll probably bring up the Switch until then. Because what's the point? There's no point coming here. We know Nintendo's gonna show cool stuff. We all love Nintendo stuff. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Don't be worried. Don't be a little worried because they're not doing too hot. They got some weird stuff going on, but don't be too worried. We'll all know in what, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. If we were Tracer, we'd already know because she can time travel. I don't understand. I don't play Overwatch. I don't know. What do these characters do? I know there's a payload. Is that Team Fortress? I don't know. I don't know. Is she even in a game? I have no clue. I have no clue. And with that, let's just move on to the topics of the week. Right over here. Boop.